What's up, everybody, and welcome back to me. Welcome back to me. This guy right here is been gone. it's my time. What's up, Wolf, Ninja, Aaron, Guy, 3001, Toku Rat, David, Lemon Mare, 90B7, Kai Violet, Polish Gamer, Silver Goober. Go away, Hawk. We only need chair. Oh. Oh. Okay. Big Shane. Did I fix my VS changer? No, not yet. I was having too much fun yesterday. What is up, everyone? How is your Wednesday going? How's your midweek yummies going? That's what I call this stream. The midweek yummies. You're tired? You can't be tired. You gotta get up there. What's up, Tsukiyomi? It's going. Hey. It's payday. That's what I like to hear, Kai Violet. Hell yeah. Hi, Hawk. How are you doing today? Jack Attack. Thank you for asking. I feel like it's always, Hawk, give us the news. Hawk, watch LuPat. Never Hawk, how are you doing today? No, I'm doing good. I am doing this stream caffeine free. I am doing this stream without coffee. Without coffee. Thank you for introducing me to Ninja Captors. I'm planning on one day doing a review series where I review every Sentai series in order, and that's going on the list. Oh, hell yeah. Don't put that on the list yet. We're going to watch something today that I might be wrong about some things. I might be wrong about some things, guys, and we're going to talk about all of them today. How do I feel about being wrong about a scan? I mean, I wasn't wrong about the scan that we saw, the leaked one. Yeah, it was basically Ninja Captor's fault, really. Since you guys are right off rip, already going, we'll talk about it. I know I'm late. Sorry. We'll talk about it right off rip. Well, this is awkward. Well, this is awkward. I guess you're winning. Everyone's winning. Let me pronounce it right for everyone in my fucking comments who thinks Japanese is my first language. This is Rio Tega Sword. As you can see, it is shared between the whole team. All the team of the Gojujers can use it one at a time. So they all get the two-handed sword, Rio Tega Sword. I know how to pronounce it now, Rio Tega Sword. Thank you to the 1,000 comments I got telling me I don't know how to pronounce a word that's not in my language. I think this is cool. I think we won. I like my main annoyance was Red only getting 2 power-ups, but it being shared amongst the whole team, 1, super cool, 2, fits the Battle Royale aesthetic still, 3, they all get this cool little blue gauntlets that you see here, and this blue, like, centerpiece going down from the chest piece. Obviously, the chest piece, the two things like that. Boom. or my royalties on your new YouTube video, anything you do here can be used for my profits. I don't know if you know this. What's up, Vipex Dark? Still counts as a ring. They're probably gonna fight for this. I don't know. Like, because this is the same thing that I was talking about before, where no one here is holding a Tega sword. They're all holding the Rio Tega sword, or sorry, the Rio Tega sword. So I'm not sure what actually happens to the Tega sword while they're doing this. If their Tega sword becomes this sword when they put the ring in, or what? We'll see. Black Panther chestplate. It is very Wakanda forever. Yes, we do know if it's all at one time or one at a time. It is one at a time. Sorry, one at a time. This is, dude, Tyranno hitting the Papillon Drew pose looks super sick. We were talking about how this last episode he looks regal. He looks way more regal here. That's so... It looks so cool with the big shoulder plates and everything. And one thing I didn't notice in the pictures before is they get the freaking wings on every suit. They get the Tega sword wings coming down. And I think this looks so sick. Leon's is the best. Yeah, the blue and the gold obviously looked good in his original suit, but now it just flows all the way down his whole suit, and it looks incredible. I will say, it is not all dandelions and roses, everyone. I must point out something. For all of us. Yes, for all of us. For all of us that were like... Exactly, Goober. For all of us that were like, oh, this is a red only power-up. Obviously not true. But red is the only one that gets a new helmet. Everyone else has their same standard helmets. And red is the only one whose helmet basically becomes his ring. So, while it is a shared team power-up that any team member can use, I am not gonna stop calling Horu a Nepo baby. Horu is Tega Sword's Nepo baby, and I will not stop this propaganda train. This is the funniest you thought moment ever. Actually, technically, Goju Wolf is the only one that gets a new helmet. So technically, for the rest of these, it's just armor, and Goju Wolf, it's a whole new form. Yes. You wanted a team power up, not a new helmet. Yes. Guy, did I see the Calamity suit? Do you see how many tabs I have open here? We're gonna get to all of it, don't worry. We just started. Can we blame Ninja Captor or no Polar? Dude, that is true. There is no Goju Polar here. No Goju Polar going on. Actually, not a full team power-up because no Kumade. Give me my Kumadis. Where's my Kumadis at? Raise up if you're a Kumadi head. Kumadi head. Raise up if you're a Kumis. If you're a Coomer, spelled with a K, I want to see it in chat. Hands up. Hands up right now. Hands up. Kumadi's nuts. The fraudness, yes. While Sentai seems to be a lot of someone puking up primary colors, Goju took it to a new level. My eyes are burning. Yes, where are my Kumis with a K and a U? Where are my Coomers? With a K and a U. Dial Fighter Blue came in today? Badass. Bullard doesn't, because he doesn't use Tegasword. He fists his son. I forgot to start the TikTok, which is probably good that they didn't hear that. Goku. Probably for the best that TikTok didn't hear that, because I probably would have been banned instant. I also forgot to record this entire thing, so here we go. There we go. Okay. We might need to sit down and chat. Did you see the UK Toku news? I have not, no. I have not played the new Skate either. Clip farm time? That was the clip. I just did it. I forgot I wasn't recording. I can't even clip farm right. Wolf has stupid eyebrows now. What's funny is, like, this is his ring. This is what his ring looks like. So it's really cool of him to get the upgrade that makes his helmet what his actual, like, Tegasword ring looks like. Sorry, the Tegasword, the ring that becomes the Tegasword head. This is what Goju Wolf's looks like, almost 1-for-1. So it's really cool for him to get a helmet like that. Unfortunately, like I said, nobody else gets a new helmet. Nobody else at all. So it ends up being not great. It ends up being not great. When do I think we'll see the new form? It is reported right now that, like, the second week of October, I think it was, is when Horu goes through this. Like, the synopsis for the second week of October is like Horu goes after the sword to seal the calamity or something like that. Do we know the sounds yet? No, not yet. But this is what it looks like. This is the ring that it looks like. Somebody pointed out that the ring says 51 on it. I think it also looks like that. Can't really see it from this angle. But this side's like a 5 and this side's like a 1 coming down. Unless it's a 2, which would be crazy. Probably going to see different helmets if other use it instead. No, it's all the same helmet. They all have the same helmet. They have their normal helmets. Goju Wolf, cool new helmet. Cool new helmet. The ring actually has an N and a 1, represents the number 1. I don't see an N here at all. Well, this is a terrible picture of it just to show. But I didn't see an N there at all. I saw a 5 and a 2 or a 1. But N and a 1 would make sense. It just doesn't look like an N. At least Goju is remembering it has plot recently. Exactly. That is my biggest gripe with this show, and they are fixing it, so I am happy about it. Goju Wolf show featuring friends. Zenkaiger final mecha ass ring. I can kind of see it if the ring was forward facing. When it's forward facing, you would definitely see the 5 there. And then we got better pictures of the full mecha and the full combined mecha. Here is what this dude looks like. Here's an example of it. Like, oh, maybe it is an N. Maybe I'm completely fucking stupid. Now I can see it more. Better on the head right here. Goes zoop, zoop, zoop. I get it now. The 1, still weird to see. But here on the side, you can see the actual combined with all the 50 weapons better. I think it looks good. And there's him raising his Ryotega sword. Sorry, Ryotega sword. They were following the plot, then Ryugi wouldn't be back and Assam would have his ring. It is weird that they did it just in 1 episode. Like, I think Gemba was gone for like 3 episodes at least. They were like, we don't want Ryugi gone at all. Thank goodness for King Oja, because the lack of story focus from the last few Sentai is killing me. And King Oja is just like story the whole way. They're just like, here you go. Hercules' plan. I will say the shade of blue with gold doesn't do it for me personally. I don't know what it is. It just looks try-hard, I guess. Really? I think... I don't know. Maybe I could feel... I think I would like more of a metallic gold on it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm colorblind as fuck, but this looks more like flat yellow to me than like actual shining metallic gold. What even happened to Assam? We don't know yet. We have no idea yet. And then we have a picture of Belrum. Is that his name? Am I saying it right? Belrum? This is the calamity that Goju Polar fought in his universe war. Now come back and unsealed, and they have to get the Ryotega sword to reseal him. And that seems to be the story and plot going into getting the Ryotega sword. There's a Digimon that looks exactly like this. No, that's not him. Who is the Digimon that looks exactly like this? He's in Frontier, I think? Belulum. And his name, Ninja Captor. It's Robo Apologist. Goodburn is gonna go berserk or gets corrupted. Goju Polar watching as Horu beats his final boss with a new fancy power-up. This is the dude that Goju Polar and Tegasword sealed away. And now, like, I think in the... Oh, it's Tamers? Who am I thinking of? What's his name? I thought it was Lord Nightmon, but it's not. It's definitely not Nightmon. No, it's not Galamon. It's not the Centaur Digimon. It's like this shorter, wide, black knight style Digimon. Is that a Digimon reference? I see it! I kind of wish he looked like a little more like the Calamity from episode 0. I feel like the Calamity from episode 0 looks kind of fucking dope and looked way cooler. This one, not so much. Not Craniumon. Close, though. Maybe he's in his evolution line. I swear he's in Frontier. Duskmon. Nope, not Duskmon either. It's definitely not Angelwomon. Sorry guys, random offshoot. But yes, this is the Calamity. He's supposed to be based on like the 4 horsemen, with Famine from the movie being another one of them. No, it's not Galas Galamon. I'm mainly looking at the chest right here. He has like this style chest, but like shorter. And then, guess what? Guess what the show remembered? The show remembered that Tega June is a thing. And she comes down and does stuff sometimes. Here, you can see her fighting this guy? I believe she's fighting Belulum, whatever his name is. And if we look down here in this very, very small corner, Skull Nightmon. Skull Nightmon, that's what it is. I'm throwing off this whole news. I'm throwing off this whole news segment. This is fucking Skull Nightmon, guys. I need a bigger picture of Skull Nightmon. Why is every picture of him so tiny? Super Dark Nightmon? No, I need Skull Nightmon. The only reason I know him so much is because I used to play against him a lot in the Digimon card game. There we go. This guy. This guy. I figured it out. It's this guy. Skull Nightmon. Thank you, Nightmare Reality. Skull Nightmon and this fool look the same. When I saw him, I was like, that's Skull Nightmon. He's from Fusion. I think he's from Adventure 2020 too. I think that's what I was thinking of. That's a Kemi if I ever saw one. Don't ever fucking say that to me again. Don't ever compare Digimon to Kemis ever again. But yeah, if we Tegajun is back, and if we look in the little corner over here, what are those? What are those? Those are different Gojuger heads. The different Tegasword Gojuger heads, but on top of Tegajun. She just decided, I'm gonna AI replicate everybody. I'm gonna AI replicate everybody. In fact, I'm gonna steal all your flows. Look at everybody. So now, Tegajun, different head. Tegajun's given different heads. Watching Tokuger is my first Sentai. Oh, fun. Can this bitch be original for once? Yeah, it's definitely about time she's done something again. I also saw people pointing out or saying that this was a physical suit and that we finally have a physical suit for Tegajun. We don't have enough pixels for me to be like, it's a physical suit, but like, also cool if we get a physical suit. I'm super happy about that. I would love a physical Tegajun suit. But like I said, just this, not enough pixels for me to be like, that's a real looking suit. But yeah, what do you guys think about everybody getting a Rio Tegasword? What do you think about everyone getting a Rio Tegasword? Look at the chest lights. Or you want me to look at her chest? Does it lighten up? Oh, because it's changing colors? That's cool. She doesn't even have the different heads on up here, but it changes colors. That is cool. Q-Ranger rules. You should definitely watch it. The vote is close. I know. I'm not going to look at it until it actually closes, though. It's fair if Horu got another power-up, you might as well call him the winner. That's true. That's what we were all saying when it was just Horu. Now it's everybody. But like I said, Horu at least gets a helmet. At least gets his own helmet. And then he goes, here, guys, you can also play with my sword. You can also play with my sword. So that's pretty cool. Nataya showing up to Horu and crew with a power-up while Goju Wolf and Horu's 15 plus rings. That would be crazy. At least Tegajun is being utilized well. I am happy that she's finally coming back around and not just behind a wall again. Because, like, she had that gigantic moment and then did absolutely nothing with it. What channel's the vote in? It's in announcements. You scroll up a little bit. If anything, I was hoping that each ranger would get an individualized power-up, but Japan only likes red. That's why I think that, like, Wild would have been such a good power-up to give everyone. Wild Tyranno, Wild Unicorn, Wild Eagle, Wild Wolf, or Wild Leon, Lion, whatever you want to say. And it, like, makes sense with all of them. All you had to do was, you know, give them the gold chest pieces, like the gold offshoots of it, and then give them gold offshoots on their helmet. Like, extend the gold on their chest and their helmet a little bit, and it would have looked good on everybody. I don't think this looks bad on everyone by any means. I just think the helmet part is a bummer. I really like this. I really dig this. I really like how the sword looks and everything. One person pointed out in my comments, where's the Discord? Exclamation point Discord in chat. One person pointed out in my comments something really sad or funny, however you want to look at it. They pointed out, because I said at the beginning of the short yesterday that this is just Cross Saber. I was like, this looks like Cross Saber. And then someone said, it's a shame that Asai had to step down because he was also Kamen Rider Saber suit actor. He could have been Cross Saber twice in 2 different shows. What a bummer. Are we going to see Kuon piloting Taejun, or will she be acting on her own? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, though. What's up, Michael? The Saber crossover there is right there. Just do it. Cow, a bummer. You can't unsee the Saber similarities. This is just Cross Saber. For sure. Someone also said Kamen Rider Goju Wolf, and I thought that was funny. What's up, zombie? Burn, 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 burn. I have the final climax form part for the Deno belt today. Oh, hype. Seen a concept for a full Wild Gojuju power-up on Pinterest? Yeah, tons of people have like edited it and made it. I think it looks so sick. Like, you could have just done that, and then you could give the final power-up to Horu and be like, he's the #1 winner. Here you go. I would say this is what Cross Saber would look like instead of being a recolor. Oh, because he still has the red throughout him? Yeah. Why always Horu? It's not always Horu. Look, everybody gets one too. Everybody else gets one too. Boop, boop, bop, beep, boop, bop. Everyone's favorite topic. Let's talk about Ultraman, because we also have some Ultraman scans. If you're here for Zets scans, I'm not going to talk about them. They're just super basic first month of a show scans. Second month of a show scans. There's nothing in the Zet scans that's like super memorable. Right now, just watch the show, watch the introduction, have fun with it. Literally nothing to talk about in the Zet scans. I've not seen Marvel Zombies yet, no. That kaiju looks so sick. Dude, I love it so much. I think it looks so good. It's got these weird like goggles on, which I think are pretty cool. And then I really like his powered up form, which looks like this. These are all dog shit scans, but we saw them way better in the stage show where it announced him. The things I wanted to show here is this sick kaiju right here, who I think looks really freaking cool. And I'm like, damn, that's a cool ass looking kaiju. I can't wait to see that. And then this guy right here, who, if we could just all put our hands up to the sky and muster some more pixels, please. I want to show you who this guy is. This is Ultraman Omega announcing Kenta Nita's appearance. Japan's proud tokusatsu reaching more people. Kenta Nita. That sound familiar for you guys? It should sound familiar from about a month ago when Kenta Nita was announced as the suit actor of Kamen Rider Zets. So now we have Zets versus Soruto in Ultraman Omega. Peak. Peak. Kind of hoping the power-up would come from Omega rather than being another Meteor Kaiju. I wonder how, I'm interested to see how they find this one. Mr. Thighs, not to be confused with Mr. Thighs. Yeah, this is just Zets versus Omega. Playing the human form of Zovarus with intense action alongside Shori Kondo, which I think means that he is this kaiju. He is the human form of this kaiju, which is kind of sick, especially because in this one, he just looks like he's going to come up to beat Soruto's ass. He just looks like he's walking up to beat Soroto's ass. Do you know Iron Mouse is going to see Zets on Saturday? Yeah, I hope I see her there. It'd be cool to do a little like short or something. Do a little henshin together. Looks like he has his own slugger or at least Meteo on his neck. I thought, when I was looking at these, I was like, I thought this is like dog tags. He does have them in here too, but it is very prominent, so it might be a Meteo. I thought it was like some kind of dog. Oh no, you're right. Sorry. I'm an idiot. It is a Meteo. Interesting. Interesting. He does have a Meteo on. And he does turn into this thing. Hawk getting his mind blown in real time. I was just like, I thought it was dog tags this entire time. Also, I still think of the Meteos as like these little tiny things, and I forget they're like actually big in the show. I'm excited for this, especially to see like Zets' suit actor like outside the suit and, you know, doing stuff. And to see Soroto get a actual challenge sounds bad when he like literally died in the last episode. But to see him get a human antagonist or a humanoid antagonist as well as a kaiju antagonist. Where's the voting? The voting is in the announcements tab. You just scroll up a little bit. He left the Toei basement. I think Zets is his first one. It does look like Zeton, you're right. He has the same little like chest area pieces Zeton. His head kind of grasshoppery. A little funny because it's kind of grasshoppery. Very Kamen Rider-y, I see. Interesting. That's what I want to show you guys from this stuff, and then more pictures of kaijus that have, you know, beat on Ultraman at some point in the show. I don't know if this means we're going to get Pigmon, but I really hope it means we don't get Pigmon. Pigmon, it might be my least favorite Ultraman kaiju of all time. Do you think suit acting is difficult at some points? I think suit acting is difficult at all points. What am I live on? I'm live on Kick and YouTube. Pigmon is this ugly ass looking dude right here. Pigmon's been around since Ultra Q, and I just hate him. And I just hate him. Pigmon is just Kenny from South Park built to die. He just looks ugly, and they use him so many times. He's like almost like Ultraman's like Pikachu. And I hate that for him. He's just a little guy. So many people love him. That's why, like I said, he's like Ultraman's Pikachu. He's on so much like merch and stuff. I seen someone said the next Ultraman got leaked. Not a chance. Ultraman only goes for a half of a year, and like they're so good about keeping it under wraps. Mostly because they only shoot in like warehouses and stuff. How can we love something with tentacle fingers? I mean, you might be asking the wrong chat. I'm gonna be honest. Achilles chat, you might be asking the wrong chat. How can you love something with tentacle fingers? Will the Phoenix thing be on Toe Collectibles because that thing looks sick and I'm gonna get it? Yeah, it will be. Have you seen LuPat? And then the last thing I want to talk about is more Sentai 2026 rumors. This is just one I saw floating around Twitter and retweeted by some people that know this kind of stuff ahead of time. It says, Super Sentai 2026, just something I heard about the toys. The staff type transformation device has a scanner function, so when you scan a card, it lights up and plays sounds. When it transforms into the robot, it glows like the Tegasword, but this time even the eyes light up. Instead of just the chest. Its eyes light up too. And I'm interested to know if the scanning of the code, if it'll be scanning the cards as a code or scanning the cards as some kind of like, you know, RFID style thing, the same way that the Revice stamps are. What's up, Nindroid? And then the other thing, they quote tweeted this themselves and also said that, also, I heard the toys don't feel very Sentai-like. This is apropos of nothing and based on actually nothing. I wonder if that means they're bigger. I wonder if that means they're bigger than usual. We'll see. We shall see. Kamen Rider toys for my Sentai? Ugh. I've been really keeping up. What's the current rumors? The current rumor is that it's going to be a magic ninjutsu school. How do you make a mecha changer not Sentai-like? That's what I'm interested in too. Because honestly, all the mech changers from Sentai that I know of are kind of dog shit. So if they're like, oh, it's more Transformers-like and less Sentai-like, then I'll actually be really happy. I gotta say, I don't like having card items except Gotchard. How about you? I fucking hate Gotchard cards. But I also don't like card gimmicks as a whole in general. So I'm not excited about the gimmick of this. I don't know how many I'll get. Can't buy a whole nother line. I just got my first items from Gojuger. Silver bricks. Welcome to Tokusatsu. Welcome to Tokusatsu. Why don't I like card gimmicks? Specifically with Gotchard, it's because they tried to gamify them and make them into this like RNG, get the fingers crossed, open these packs, Gamba, get the cards that you want, but also they're not the actual cards that go with the power-ups. The power-ups have the cards in with them, but you can also get them in these packs. There's also legend cards, and there's also these, and you got to buy a whole box. Oh, you got to buy 3 boxes if you want to try to complete the set. Oh, and there's these rarities of it. And also, oh, Toei, I love these cards. They're amazing. Are we going to get a game to play these cards in so they have some kind of replayability after the year that they're used in the show? And Toei's like, no. But like, what do I do with them after, Like, after the show's done, I just have all these Gotchard cards. What do I do? Kill yourself in Minecraft. But I spent all these money on the Gotchard cards and the Chemis. I love the Chemis. They're cute and cuddly. What? Please give me something else to do with these cards. He remembered he was on TikTok. I don't want all my collectibles to be TCGs either. I do expect if you act like your collectible's a fucking TCG to make it a TCG though. I like the Chemi card art too. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying if you're going to make them, you know, RNG Gamba and treat them like a trading card game, at least make them a fucking trading card game instead of paperweights, you know? Is that Magiello? Because if it is, I do think... Oh, you did say at the end. He played Magiello. Yes, I think it'd be fun. He'll probably have like a cameo or something. I bet money that Red is going to be a first-year student and the rest of the teams are senpai. I didn't watch Gotchard. Why does everyone hate it? Because it's like devoid of any stakes or anything. What does Achilles D 102 huevos mean? Somebody put some in the Discord that we're going to watch, because I might have been wrong about more than just Goju Wolf. So let me go to Hey Hawk Watch This real quick and open up something. Pop, 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 pop. All right, I might be wrong about more than just the the Gojuger power up. We'll see. This is from 3 years ago from a channel called Kami Circus. It says the messy history of the quote unquote first Super Sentai Toku misconceptions, and it did have something on the thumbnail about Ninja Captor. So I'm excited to see what it tells me about this, because I've had a lot of people go like, oh, I've never heard of Ninja Captor. Thank you for showing this. I've had a lot of people be like, oh, bro, Ninja Captor. And then I've also had a lot of people be like, actually, Ninja Captor isn't the first Super Sentai because of this, this, and this. So I've had a lot of reasons listed out, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts on the whole thing at the end.
If you've spent any significant amount of time in the Super Sentai fandom, there's two fun facts that you've probably heard. They've more or less become common knowledge among tokusatsu fans at this point. The first goes a little like this. When the Super Sentai series first started, the first team in the franchise wasn't actually Go Ranger, as we now know it to be, but rather Battle Fever J. See, according to this claim, the Super in the Super Sentai title refers to the giant robots. Go Ranger and Jacker didn't have robots, so they were just plain Sentai series. It was not until 1995 that Toei decided to honor Go Ranger's 20th anniversary by retroactively declaring it the first Super Sentai, and Jacker the second. The other claim you may have heard is tangentially related. It says that actually there is a third Lost Sentai series between Go Ranger and Jacker.
Those are our boys!
A lesser-known show named Ninja Captor.
Let's
According
go!
to some, this was considered the second Sentai series, but was forgotten when its two peers were added to the Super Sentai lineup. But the question of the day is, are either of these claims actually true? No, not really. No. Like, in the interest of not clickbaiting you, both claims are indeed...
Well, there you go. There you go. There's the answer. He's like, are either of these claims actually true? Nope. There we go. Ninja Captor's so bad it can't even be second. I haven't watched any of the show series.
Misconceptions. There is a bit of nuance to them, however, and a very interesting history to how they might have come to be. And that is what we're going to be exploring today. Before we go any further, I would like to credit Reddit user 11Sarge, who made a very detailed post researching these very misconceptions, which is what brought them to our attention.
I know the first episode's on
11Sarge gave their
World,
blessing for us to use said post as the basis for this video. So, I said that Battle Fever was not, originally, the first Super Sentai, that statement was false. You may have thought, no, surely that's wrong, right? Just look at the Turbo Ranger premiere. That was the very first Super Sentai anniversary crossover, and it plainly states that Battle Fever was the first in the franchise. Now that is true, there was a time
That's what Stan
when
Lee tried
Battle
to bring
Fever
over.
was called the first Super Sentai, but it wasn't originally the first. That's a bit of a confusing statement, so let's go back to the beginning and give a quick recap of early Sentai history. During the 70s, Toei was producing one superhero show after another, many with the involvement of the king of manga himself, Shotaro Ishinomori. These Ishinomori co-productions included two superhero team shows, Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger in 1975 and Jacker Dengekitai in 1977. While Go Ranger proved popular, Jacker didn't fare nearly as well. So Toei decided not to make any more of these team shows. Instead, they focused on partnering with Marvel to create 1978's
So then throw out Jack. Get Jack out of here.
Spider-Man. This show was wildly successful, largely for the inclusion of a giant robot named Leopardon. This inspired Toei, now without Ishinomori's involvement, to put the two concepts together into Battle Fever J, a team of multicolored superheroes with a giant robot. The giant robot concept would also be incorporated in Battle Fever's successors, Denji Man in 1980 and Sun Vulcan in 1981, at which point the franchise became known as Super Sentai. This is where reality begins to diverge from the misconception.
Now,
what you'll commonly be told is that Super Sentai only referred to the teams with giant robots, that is to say, from Battle Fever onward. However, looking at magazines and promotional material from the early 80s plainly proves this to be a mistake. As I mentioned, the name Super Sentai was first coined during Sun Vulcan in 1981, and promotional materials from 1981 plainly show that Sun Vulcan was
I ain't gonna crap on the only team with a Brown Ranger that wasn't a joke, and he was plus sized.
From the beginning advertised as the fifth in the franchise, succeeding Go Ranger, Jacker, Battle Fever, and Denji Man. Toei was consistent about this throughout most of the 80s. Take a look at this VHS collection from 1985, titled Super Sentai Graffiti. Each of these tapes was meant to showcase 3 Super Sentai, note the word super is present, and the first tape was, in fact, Go Ranger, Jacker, and Battle Fever. Now look at this promotional material for Flashman, aired in 1986, which celebrates it as the 10th entry in the Super Sentai franchise. Once again, note the repeated usage of the full term, Super Sentai. So, that pretty definitively settles it, right? From the very beginning, the first 2 Super Sentai were considered to be Go Ranger and Jacker.
Okay, I get it, but I want to know why Ninja Captor isn't considered to be Sentai, you know what I mean?
With Battle Fever as the third. By extension, this proves the super did not actually refer to the giant robots, but to the superheroes themselves. Clearly that's not the full story though. How can it be? What about that Turbo Ranger special? I mean, that was the first major crossover between these shows in a televised story, and it says, clear as day in plain Japanese, that the first installment was Battle Fever.
Have you heard?
This next part is a bit trickier.
The first
We
Sentai?
do not actually have all of the details, unfortunately, but it all seems to come down to rights issues. As I mentioned earlier, Go Ranger and Jacker were the creations of Shotaro Ishinomori, and by extension they were co-productions between Toei and Ishinomori's own company, Ishimori Pro. However, neither Ishinomori nor Ishimori Pro was involved in the series from Battle Fever onward. Battle Fever through Sun Vulcan were co-produced with Marvel, while every series after was solely the work of Toei. The creator credit for these series was given not to Ishinomori but to this name, which can be pronounced either Saburo Yatsude or Saburo Hatte, and is not a real person but a pseudonym used by Toei staff. So, from what we can gather, and keep in mind this is largely speculative, sometime in the latter half of the 1980s, Toei and Ishimori Pro presumably had a disagreement over whether Ishimori Pro's 2 series should be lumped in with the rest, which they had no involvement with. To avoid trouble, Toei decided to rebrand Battle Fever as the first entry in the Super Sentai franchise, and no longer use that name for Go Ranger and Jacker.
Could you imagine? Think if this stayed the way it was.
Fever as the first entry in the Super
Think about a Zenkaiger and like Aka Red and everything paying homage to this guy.
Super Sentai franchise.
Imagine they were paying like homage to Battle Japan the whole time instead of
and no longer use that name for Go Ranger.
Making modern versions of this guy. I wouldn't have that helmet back there. Imagine if this stayed there the entire time. Yeah, that's just Stay Caesar. It's like Stay Caesar is an homage to Battle Japan. It's just so funny to think about. Like, we think of this as the Super Sentai helmet or like look. Yes, Aqua Red means red, red. The suit's based on Battle of Japan. That would have been weird. That's what I'm saying. And that would have, like, stuck in people's minds as, like, this is the Sentai suit, you know? Trippy timeline.
Ranger and Jagger. Of course, when you rebrand, you have to make it clear to audiences. So, they celebrated Super Sentai's 10th anniversary again in 1988 and 89, this time with Battle Fever as the first. It was during this time period that the Turbo Ranger special was produced. Now, Toei did eventually find a way to work around the division. The Sentai series owned by Ishimori Pro could not be advertised as part of the Super Sentai franchise, but they were similar enough that Toei could get away with lumping them together under an umbrella term, not as a unified franchise, but in a broader category of Toei hero shows. To this end, they came up with the label Chōseiki Zen Sentai. They started using this label in mid-1993 during the run of Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger. And,
that's so
fun fact, this
interesting.
means that print materials from the start of Dai Ranger's run advertise it as the 15th series, while materials from the middle of its run advertise it as the 17th, which is kind of amusing.
So even back then, we had bad
photo
numbering.
books released under the name Chōseiki Zen Sentai included an explanation that it was an umbrella term for what was now considered two franchises. The Sentai series, created by Shotaro Ishinomori, and the Super Sentai series, created by Saburo Yatsude. This retroactive change is where we get the assumption that the Super in Super Sentai always referred to the robots. The Chōseiki Zen Sentai label only lasted for about a year and a half. Possibly
That's
as
crazy.
a result
That's
of
like
Shotaro
no dedication
Ishinomori's
at all.
diagnosis of malignant lymphoma, Ishimori Pro agreed to give Toei the right to incorporate Go Ranger and Jacker with the rest of the Super Sentai franchise once again. As a result, 1995's O-Ranger was billed as the 20th anniversary celebration of the franchise, with Go Ranger serving as year one. Since then,
So, like,
Go
you remember
Ranger
last year when Goshuger was announced and everyone was like, what the fuck do you mean it's 50? They were doing that all through the 80s and 90s. All through the late 80s, early 90s, people were like, dude, I don't fucking know. I don't care about this numbering. Let's just watch the show. And last year, everyone's like, but it's 49. What are you talking about?
has consistently been treated as the first Super Sentai, once again. Ishimori Pro retains involvement in the franchise, of course, and are credited in all Sentai productions that use Go Ranger and Jacker, as well as all Power Rangers adaptations of said productions. For instance, Ishimori Pro is credited in Power Rangers Super Megaforce. In these cases, Shotaro Ishinomori receives either a special thanks or a co-creator credit alongside Saburo Yatsude. Now, where does this leave Ninja Captor?
Yes, tell me.
I mentioned this show earlier, and thankfully it's a much simpler matter to solve.
Tell me, yes.
Ninja Captor was a Toei Team Hero show that aired in 1976, during the run of Go Ranger. In the 80s, 2 issues of Keibunsha Encyclopedia, a third-party licensed magazine that covered tokusatsu, listed Ninja Captor among the Super Sentai, specifically as the second.
Very important. Third party. Not from Toei themselves or Ishimori Pro themselves, from a third-party magazine.
This is seemingly just a mistake on the publisher's part. No publications aside from these 2 issues ever called Ninja Captor a Sentai, and the error likely stems from how similar the show is to the franchise. Ninja Captor does, however, have one notable spot in Sentai history. It was the first superhero team show created by Saburo Yatsude, making it a sort of precursor to Battle Fever, you could say. This is why, despite Ninja Captor not being a Sentai, it did receive an homage in Zenkaiger, the 45th anniversary Sentai series, with the character of Hakaiser being based on Ninja Captor's Fire Captor 7. It's very easy, especially in fandoms for foreign language shows, for second and third hand assumptions and speculation to be elevated to the status of common knowledge. Hopefully,
so
the
even
tangled
Japan's
tale of the first Super Sentai serves as a reminder. You can't always take fandom knowledge for granted. The truth is often far more complex, and sometimes it can even be more fascinating. Thank you so much for watching. As you can probably tell, this is not Cammy speaking. I am Glenn, who you might remember as the radical 90s teen from the Power Rangers video.
Okay, good video, good video. What I want to add to it, just based off of a lot of the comments I got yesterday, is that, one, Ninja Captor is a Toei production. And so it didn't really go through that, like, yes, it was made by Toei, it was made by the same people who make Super Sentai, made this Ninja Captor, ran alongside the latter half of Go Ranger. So, but the two reasons that people were giving as to why it's not counted, Ninja Captor is not counted as a Sentai, was one, that Shotaro Ishinomori wasn't involved. That is the main one I'm going to push back against, because as you've seen in this video, and as you can tell now, years later, Shotaro Ishinomori isn't involved in a lot of Super Sentai. He's just not. He was involved in the first two, and that's literally it. That is where all this naming problem comes from in the first place, or these naming problems, or these number problems came from in the first place. That Shotaro Ishinomori was literally only involved in the first two. So him not being involved in Ninja Captor means nothing to me. Sabaru Yatsude, on the other hand, involved in Ninja Captor and involved in Battle Fever J, and then the rest of the Sentai after that. As he explained in the video, Sabaru Yatsude, not a real person. That is a, I forgot what the word is. It is a pseudonym used by Toei or someone at Toei in place of a real name. The second thing, which I was ready to push back a lot more on, but it's looking like it's the biggest reason why Ninja Captor isn't counted as a Sentai. And trust me, I was ready to push back on it so hard, but I literally can't find any other reason besides this. If it were pseudonym for Ishinomori, that would be so sick. It would be so much cooler, but they are listed as two different people for, in a lot of things. The biggest thing that I can find as to why Ninja Captor is not a Super Sentai, and when I say the biggest thing, I mean the dumbest thing, but it is the biggest pillar of, like, yeah, that would make sense, is that Ninja Captor is the only Sentai-like series, is the only one of these 50 years of shows in this franchise to have aired on a station other than TV Asahi. Ninja Captor aired on TV Tokyo, and every other Sentai has aired on TV Asahi, which makes them all one Super Sentai brand with the TV Asahi logo right next to it. So once again, TV Asahi is to blame for all of it. So I was wrong. Ninja Captor is not counted as a Sentai. It is the forgotten Sentai because TV Asahi will not let Ninja Captor be a Sentai and join their cool little group because it was aired on TV Tokyo. Ninja Captor knocking on TV Asahi's door. Hey guys, you can rerun. It's fine. You can show reruns of me. Jimmy Jeff is completely correct. Sometimes the dumbest reason is the correct reason. And seeing all of the comments pour in yesterday about, people never seeing Ninja Captor or not knowing what it was, or people remembering that Hakaiser in Zenkaiger is an homage to Ninja Captor and all this stuff. The biggest reason I saw was, yes, Ninja Captor did not air on TV Tokyo, and or did not air on TV Asahi. And I read that and I was like, well, that's it. That makes all the sense in the world. And then watching this video, like I said, it didn't really tell me why it's not considered a Sentai. It just told me that they don't consider it a Sentai, which I get. But I don't think the reason why it's lumped in with Sentai is because of this third-party magazine from years ago. I think the reason it's lumped in with Sentai is because you can very clearly look at it and look at all the Sentai next to each other and go, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's produced by the same person or by the same company? Yeah, that's part of that. That makes sense. Couldn't fully remember the video when I sent it. My bad. No, it's fine. It's not your problem. Like I said, this video was made 3 years ago. Really informative video and everything. Are you going to get the Super Sentai Memorial Edition like the Magiphone, Liveman Twin Brace, Oranger Brace, or the Dino Buckler? I think, truly, it's crazy because I feel like I ranked this low on my Henshin device rankings, but I think I'm going to get the Gao phone because I really like Wild Force. I really like Wild Force. Don't like them big-ass helmets. They don't deserve the Sentai title. She came back after helping my mom a bit. What happened? We disproved Ninja Captor. So everyone can point and laugh. Hawk was wrong. It's fine. I know it's been 50 years, but can we riot against TV Asahi? I learned about Ninja Captor today, and I would die for them. Ninja Captor, my new favorite. I love them so much. I would die for them. I may be the one and only Ninja Captor stan. Dino Buckler, you mean Mighty Morphin Morpher? I think it's just called the Power Morpher. Memorial Edition Gao phone better take a SIM card. I got some bad news, Doc. I got some terrible news for you. Gao access? What? You mean wild access? I don't want to hear you guys talking about anything but Mighty Morphin in chat, okay? Anything you want to talk about, we just talk about Mighty Morphin. Have you watched the third episode of Zets yet? You mean the third episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Where they're struggling to figure out how to live as teenagers and have their powers at the same time? I have watched it. In fact, I was at Barnes and Noble yesterday. Just happened to pick up this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers novel. I know you guys don't know what a book is, but like it's a real full-on novel called Force of Chaos. Apparently it focuses on Trini and struggling with the acquisition of powers as a teenage girl. So I'm excited to read it. I've been in a novel mood recently. We love Tommy. He's so cool. Definitely not Milk to Oblivion. I would have liked a Tommy novel. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked the Tommy novel. Unfortunately, more. What's Mega Monday? It's Mighty Monday. We gotta change the name. Mighty Monday, sponsored by Hasbro. All we do is watch. We're adding Power Rangers Reignition to Mighty Monday. Unironically, that novel actually sounds kind of cool. Why haven't I ever heard of it? Dude, I didn't hear about it until like a week ago. Like 6 people all of a sudden started telling me about it. It came out in 2025, but apparently it came out like earlier in 2025. And then I just happened to be at Barnes & Noble yesterday and saw it. And so I picked it up. I'm currently reading, I'm almost done with a Kate Bishop Hawkeye novel. So right after I finish that one, I'm going to get started on this one. So novels about teenage girls, definitely my jam right now. All 3 seasons of MMPR loop on stream. Is it crazy that MMPR... It's crazy that MMPR chose to adapt Zhu Ranger of all season. Can I tell you why? Love me some Kate Bishop. Hawkeye, both of them are my favorite superheroes of all time. Have you ever heard of a book series called Beast Quest? I have not. Let's Google it. Let's look it up. Teenager. That is not what I said. Teenage Girl's definitely my jam right now. Rei Gushima. Kids love dinosaurs, correct. But the reason Beast Quest book set 1. These are like the most scholastic covers I've ever seen in my life. Like subject 1, subject 2, gradient. Subject 1, subject 2, throw some lightning bolts at the top. Boom. This is here's a little bit better, but still the same kind. Beast Quest Peak? I've never heard of this in my life. Scholastic book fairs are lit as fuck. I'm gonna just assume you all are adults now, but if you're not, or if you have a kid of your own, Scholastic now has a streaming service where you can watch like all the Scholastic shows. I think Animorphs is on it too. If Hasbro could just greenlight a Lord Draken movie or series, I'd finally give them money again. I don't think they're ever gonna do that because Jason David Frank is dead. But I do know that the whole reason that Zyuranger was based off of dinosaurs and the whole reason that that was chosen to be adapted is because of the popularity of Jurassic Park at the time. This show sucks, but Animorphs. There's Scholastic shows, yeah, like Magic School Bus, Clifford the Big Red Dog. Those are all Scholastic shows. I've never read Animorphs, but I have spent many a night reading the Animorphs Wikipedia. Actually, I think I read Animorphs when I was like 6 or 7, probably 8 or 9. But I have spent many nights reading the Animorphs Wikipedia, and I'm like, this sounds really cool. Now I don't have to read the novels. Anyways, back to sleep. Adam! Goosebumps. I think Goosebumps is on there too. I just know their streaming service has all the Scholastic shows. There's going to be a physical UK tokusatsu store. I will try to go there and review it. Oh, hell yeah. That's good for you guys. So many people are like, oh, what if I'm in the UK? And like, now I have a place to send them. I also just always send them to the Toku Source. Did you hear about the theory that the books were ghostwritten by K.A. Applegate's husband? No, I have no idea what that means. What if they were, is the question. She's Scholastic on my streaming service till I anamorph. Where's my gun? This gives me hope, though. I think it'd be really cool. I think it's probably one of my new goals. I think it'd be really cool to write a Power Rangers book for Hasbro. If this is something that they're like open now to doing stuff, I think it'd be really cool to like write not Mighty Morphin obviously, but write like a different season. Yeah. I think it'd be sick. Maybe a Lightspeed Rescue book. Who knows? I'm just saying. Maybe a Time Force book. Who knows? I actually have a Slappy puppet. I've seen so many Slappies around stores, like recently. Just give me Dino Thunder novels. I'll be happy. I truly wonder what the Venn diagram is of tokusatsu fans and people that read novels. Truly, what would the Venn diagram be? My goal as a screenwriter is to eventually showrun a Power Ranger season. That would be hype. I think that's a lot of people's goals in the fandom. That's why I'm like, I'll write the novel, because the far less people are aiming to write a novel. Far less people are aiming to write a novel. More people are trying to run the show. Make it an audiobook and we got a deal. My whole wallet would be crying. Back from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is delicious. At the bottom of the Venn diagram is those who read the Fies novel. If I get to do a PR season, you should tear it up on stream. Dude, I will say, some of you saw him in the Discord, but the person who wrote that article on the top 10 henshins, that the new video came out today. If you haven't seen the video, youtube.com/Achilles, new video out today. Watch it after the stream, after you enjoy the whole stream and you're like, damn, I need more Achilles. Go watch the video. But the person who wrote that article joined the Discord today and was talking about the article and how it came to be. And I thought that was super cool. And also, they were like a super good sport about me being like, this is a terrible pick, which is great because I don't mean any malice when you guys like make a tier list or make something and I'm like, I wouldn't have picked that one. I don't mean any malice at all. I just saying Ichigo would not be my go-to as a number one on top henshins. Just saying. Watch it now. Everyone leave. Yeah, everyone has their own opinions. Exactly. Like I can totally see people being like, oh, Fies is my favorite henshin, or Fies would be up there. Fies rules. Me personally, I'm like, Fies dog shit henshin. I would not be able to live with myself being like, Fies is my number one. But like I said, that dude joined the Discord, was a super good sport about it. Shout out to him. And that's why I say when you guys send in stuff or like, I made this, I don't want you to take anything I say super personally, but I also understand if you do because like you made that thing. Hawk has doo-doo taste, rule number one. Super off topic. What's the origin of Achilles? I'm going to assume it's not related to Achilles. I get to tell this like once a month. You guys ready? The origin of the name Achilles comes from my uncle that passed away like 3 years ago now, almost 3 years ago, coming up on 3 years ago, actually. My uncle that passed away like 3 years ago, he was basically like my dad for a lot of my life. He's my dad's brother. And when I was younger, he told me, we got really close through playing Xbox. And he had a lot of friends who like called him by his Xbox gamer tag, like OG Xbox gamer tag. And I was like, man, that's cool. I want to do that someday. And I remember him telling me that good gamer tags don't have numbers in them. Because for the longest time, like all my online accounts, all my screen names and stuff had numbers at the end because I would type something in and be like, this is taken, suggest numbers. And I would just click on the first one that suggested numbers. And that would be my screen name for things. But I remember him specifically saying like, no good username has numbers. And I was like, oh, cool. Fast forward to Christmas of like 2005 or 2006. I can't remember which one, but I got an Xbox 360 for Christmas. And I was like, let's fucking go, baby. I can get on Xbox Live. I popped it on and it said, create your username. And I was like, I don't have a username. I don't know what to do. So I didn't play this Xbox for 3 days because I had no idea what to make my username. Just 100% no idea. And I was like paralyzed from playing the Xbox. My brother, on the other hand, didn't care. My brother, on the other hand, is like, dumb shit, whatever username, play this game that I like. But my brother also got Troy for Christmas. So the first thing we watched on the Xbox was Troy, the movie. And as I was watching Troy, I was like, man, Brad Pitt actually a gigantic badass in this movie. Also, my favorite superhero of all time, Hawkeye. Achilles, Hawkeye, Achilles. So since 2005, my username on anything has been Achilles. Did you put your full legal name? No. The fuck is Troy? It's a movie. Did you not get that from context clues? The Brad Pitt movie. Your username is a Fusion OC. I guess, yeah. Troy is an incredible movie, dude. Hawkeye Achilles is your full name. Basically, yes. Y'all don't like history? Yeah, or you don't know history? Exactly. Troy is also like a gigantic thing. Do you like musicals? I fucking love musicals. Fan artist to your station. What's up, Kamen Rider Art? My name origin was because I like Mega Man and my nickname was Ken. Badass. Mega Ken is a good name. I was born in the late 2000s. I don't know your Unk movies, Hawk. Read a fucking book! What are you talking about? I don't know your Unk movies. Google Troy. Google Helen of Troy. What? He's gay, of course. He loves musicals. I have played Rider World. Yeah, I haven't played in a long time. You'll just get Troy Burrows instead. There's just no way if you Google Troy that Troy Burrows is the first thing that comes up. It has been too long since that show came out. Troy? Literally the first thing. Brad Pitt. Is that you, Big Dill? The funniest part about the Big Dill thing, every time I see you guys use the Big Dill, bro, have you ever heard of that Unk battle called World War II? What? I don't want your Unk movies like Pearl Harbor. I don't know what Pearl Harbor was. I don't want your Unk movies, okay? I don't want to impose, but are you queer too? Hey, you're imposing a lot less than that one dude that came in and was like, you're fucking gay, dude. No, I am bisexual, yes. I've secretly been Big Dill all along. The funniest part about Big Dill is you guys put Big Dill Hawk in the Discord as an emote. One, I read that wrong every single time. Two, like my IRL name is Dylan. So when I see Big Dill, I'm just like, yep. It's okay, I understand I'm 34 and I love Greek history. Let's fucking go. I thought just all Power Rangers fans love Greek history. It's every OC team I see. Dude, there's one song from Epic the Musical that I like was stuck on for a whole week. For a whole week. The one that's like, get in the water. Get in the water. Boom. Like that is so fucking raw. It was so good. So your full legal name is Phil Hawk Achilles. Tokurat, I need you. I need you to go get tested. I don't know for what, but just go. Just go get tested. Get in the water, Shinji. I know the song's called Get in the Water. I just the actual lyrics of him singing Get in the Water is so fucking fire. You guys like musicals? You should watch Holy Musical Batman. The Bob's Burger movie? Dude, they did Central Park. I watched season 1 of Central Park. Central Park is so good. And it's got great music in it too. Do you have a Tega June version of yourself called Hawk 2 that's made out of AI? It's just me, but AI. Started listening to Epic yesterday, but the song that got me and wanted to watch it was Thunderbringer by Amelie. Dude, Amelie, I've loved Amelie since I watched Fate Zero. And she did a cover of that, of the intro to Fate Zero, Brave Shine. And I was like, this is amazing. Opinions on Dexter? I used to really like it. What is the thumbnail? It's Ninja Captor. Central Park, I feel, is Bob's Burgers' excuse to make more songs and make a musical. Exactly. And they're like, oh, we need David Diggs. We need David Diggs. Get him in. I love musicals as well, but can't even get halfway through the Wicked movie. It's funny because the Wicked movie is half of Wicked. So you can't get a quarter through it. Amelie's been a staple for well over a decade for those of us who like anime music. Exactly. Opinions on Glee? Fucking revolutionary. You could never do it now. Absolutely revolutionary. Did I ever tell you guys about my Glee sleepovers? My name comes from wanting to create a community. I can read, I swear. My name comes from wanting to create a community of creative writers, but I go by a lot of different names: Onyx, Cyborg, and Lion's Blade. Those are all sick names. I've seen Wicked 3 times. This is The Hobbit all over again. I'm excited for part 2. Musical Sentai, who's red? Jam Engers is a musical Sentai. Do you guys know what Jam Engers is? Get in the water. Jam Engers. Get in the water. Is Jam Engers not on YouTube anymore? Or am I crazy? Is Jam Engers just lost media now? I see like the henshins of it, but where's the actual episodes? I know there was Jam Engers episodes. I've seen them. It's just lost media now. I'll have to hit up Deca and ask him what happened to him. Anyways, here's the Jam Engers henshin.
Okay, you all take the dead notes and I'll take the big guy.
No time to waste. I want my win back.
Time to get even. Freddy's ready.
I'm trained for this.
Germanizers! Ready! Ha! Drums! Guitar! Flute! Trumpet! Let's jam!
They made their own suits and everything. Dun, 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 dun.
But
Sick ass nightmare. Let's jam. I thought they had a full episode on here. You guys not? There's a parody on YouTube called R-rated Power Rangers, and it's funny as hell. Somebody sent it in a while ago. I haven't watched it yet. R-rated Power Rangers. Oh, there's part 2 with Brett and Mejia.
Jingle bells, sword on sales, Kimberly gave me crabs. Oh, what fun it is to drink and drop my dragon sword. Jingle bells, sweet as smells, Santa bring me dabs. Dragon sword heal, lost her wheel, and help a quick rehab. Fuck yeah. The only thing I want this year for Christmas from Santa Claus is sobriety. Psych!
Wait, that's actually a banger line. I'm going to use that on my mom. I'm going to use that on my mom. The only thing I want for Christmas this year is sobriety. Psych! Have you received the Break M Zester yet? No, I didn't buy it. I did not buy one. This feels like a bad 2000 skit. I feel like you guys are very entitled by what YouTube is now. Whereas like the YouTube that I love from like 12 years ago was just all this. It was all bad 2000 skits. I miss that so much. I miss like Freddie Wong style YouTube videos, Corridor Digital. Evil Iguana, I think it's called. It's been 20 seconds. Let it play. I do what I want. I remember that YouTube. It was bad as well. No, it ruled.
Wait, Billy, I thought you said alcohol would slow down your recovery. Affirmative. But fuck it, it's Christmas!
it cool if I post a whole movie script in here? No, I'll ban you immediately.
Have you seen Kimberly's most recent OnlyFans?
No shit, no, she blocked me.
Me too. That's right. Well, guess what? She's in Hong Kong TJ with Trini, and everyone's morphing her tight little tear.
Oh.
There's just, I can't watch the rest of this on stream, right? I can't watch the rest of this on stream. It was funny at first, and then it got crude. If Power Rangers was gay, I got some bad news for you. This is the straightest thing ever, and Power Rangers is mostly gay. This is what I imagine teenagers with attitude truly means. They're just burnouts, like the worst. PR Fit was written by Vivzipop. Is that the person who wrote, is that the creator of Has Been a Hotel? I actually really like Has Been a Hotel. Power Rangers after they join a fraternity. Zorda, Kappa, Kai. If Power Rangers was gay, like we didn't get glitter armor. Hi, Saban was like, make it glitter. Make it sparkle. This is what I imagine Toku fans who think any Toku that's more edgy than PR is peak one. They're just like, dude, you know what? Am I going to go on my Power Rangers rant again? We got 15 minutes until LuPat. Let's go. Let's watch Peak. Are you ready? Let's watch Peak. Toku when your mom walks in the room. Watching this while eating sour candy. I love sour stuff, but my reaction is basically the Dan Kuroto sticker. I've never seen the DMC series on Netflix. Power Ranger fans 9/11. Okay. Let me preface this, okay? Because I do like this. But I need to preface this with I also grew up in a time where I would just search for fan films on YouTube like Pac-Man the movie. And if you're asking, Hawk, what is Pac-Man the movie? This was posted 19 years ago. Let me turn up the pixels real quick. Oh, nope, just 480p. That's all we got.
I'm standing here at the site of what authorities believe is yet another ghost attack. A state of emergency has been declared. Citizens are being asked to remain in their homes.
The police are powerless against
Holy
these
memory
ghosts.
unlocked.
The government, the military, they can't do a damn thing. Somebody's got to take matters into their own hands.
There's something out there a whole lot scarier than ghosts. Me.
I don't know what it was, sir. Seemed to be some kind of man. Some kind of Pac-Man.
ready? You ready?
Looks like the hunters have become the hunted.
I like that the idea is he took a pill to turn them a color to shoot them. So I grew up. Oh, sorry. Forgot.
Back up.
Miss Pac-Man? So I grew up when a time when YouTube was like littered with this stuff, with like these cool ideas that like you would watch and go, that was sick. I don't think about it after that. I don't think anything of it. I don't think that some mainstream big studio needs to abide by this. I don't think this needs millions of dollars. It's just a YouTube video. There are many of these like this on YouTube from 19 years ago. And that's what I watched. And I was like, these are cool. Red versus Blue, Machinima, the same thing. Cool ideas is a strong word to say. Listen, 19 years ago, this wasn't possible. We didn't have this. We didn't have this live streaming. This is what, like, to do this 19 years ago was incredible. You didn't have shit on your phone that you could just record no problem and put graphics on. Like, to do this 19 years ago and post it for everyone to see was insane. FaZe exists now because of this trailer. There's just no way. That would be crazy. But this is what was considered like high quality content back then, and YouTube was littered with this. So when this came out 10 years later, I watched it and I was like, cool concept. That was cool. It's a fan film about Power Rangers, really well done. Obviously, with value, James Vanderbeek is in it. Like, it's got Katie Sagoff, James Vanderbeek. It's got, you know, production value and everything. That's really cool. Is it the Power Rangers I know? No. Is it what the studio needs to go with for the next Power Rangers film? No. But it's fine. That's what I took it as. And that's what I still see it as this day as. Oh, that was cool. 14 minutes of my life. I was entertained. And then I go online after this is posted. And this isn't even the original channel that's posted on. So it might be more than 9 years ago. But then I go online when this is posted. And you would have thought 9/11 happened. You would have actually thought it was Power Rangers 9/11. Because people went apeshit. You can still probably find like the tweets and stuff. People despise this short film and are like, this killed Power Rangers. This is what everyone thinks Grimdark Power Rangers needs to be. And everyone thought that like, oh, this is what you either had people that had been like, Power Rangers need to do cocaine. Power Rangers need to do cocaine. Or you had the people of like, that's fucking disgusting. Get the shit off my screen. Anyone who mentions this, not a true Power Rangers fan. And I'm just like, can I not care about this enough? Like, can I be a casual of this? I don't need this to be any side of any spectrum. Like, this was the original, to me, in my little small brain, in my little small fandom brain. This was the original Republican-Democrat divide to me. Like, when this came out, Republicans and Democrats weren't that bad, weren't that far from each other. This is what caused this divide to me. It was so stupidly overblown. The way you think about politics now, that's how people treated this short film. It was crazy. People don't realize how much it costs to make a trashy looking movie. Look at Marvel's recent CGI. Black Widow's budget was $300 million and it looks like doo-doo. True. Can I leak an epic song? I mean, I'm not going to listen to it here on stream. I didn't think much of it when I heard about it. Same. And like I said, I watched this. It was 14 minutes of my life, and I moved on. Every single Power Rangers fan that I have met since then, that I've like brought up this movie to, acts like I just said that women don't deserve rights because I was like, yeah, I enjoyed it. Like every single one is just like, oh, you're one of these people. Got it. I was like, oh, okay. I guess. What's the terrible 2B Raid Ranger movie? I'd argue this is much better than that. The Last Ranger. It is much better than The Last Ranger. Where can I watch number 1 Sentai Go Jujer? Just Google where to find Super Sentai. And that's on a streaming service. You can get anything on Tubi, though. You can get anything on, I mean, like, come on. Kamen Rider's on Tubi. You can get anything on Tubi. But have you guys ever seen like old Power Rangers fan films? What is the here? I pick on this fan film all the time, but it was also done forever ago, and it was like what we had at the time. This is 50-minute fan film called Zordon of Eltar.
We will not let these invaders break through our lines. We will protect.
And this is what it looks like. This is... We have it so good nowadays with anything that gets put up. Power Rangers Unworthy, also great. Like, this is what I was glued to my seat for. I'm like, this fucking Power Rangers fan film? This is incredible. The Godzilla sound effect, I don't even care. Are you mad at people keep asking you where to watch Toku? No, because that's like the whole point of the channel. That's like the whole point of the channel, is to help people find Toku. What I'm more mad about is I have a community guideline strike on YouTube from telling people where to actually find it. So when they ask and I'm live on YouTube as well, I can't actually straight up be like, this is the site you go to. If I'm only live on Kick and TikTok, then I 100% be like, this is where we watch it. You can go here, find the Go file, all this stuff. When are we watching Ninja Captor? People love Ninja Captor now. I started a revolution. I didn't care about Power / Rangers. What I found annoying were these people who didn't know this was a fan film. The creator said he didn't care. It was a parody of the grimdark movies like Man of Steel, basically proving his point. Yeah, 100%. And like he said that back then, but he's also done stuff nowadays that are like, oh no, you just like actually wanted to do this style. Let's make a Ninja Captor fan film. Dude, could you imagine? Hawk Captor. Do you imagine? I'm like, Toei, if you don't want it, I'll pick up the flag. I'll pick up the flag. Ninja Captor is now our thing. Truly, if I had, I don't know, any more semblance of like how to do good effects and stuff, like CGI, I don't know, maybe I find college kids and be like, hey, I have an idea. Can you guys do this animation? I would 100% do at least a live action, like short, like 12, 15 minutes long of Lynx and make this fun little proof of concept Lynx thing. I guarantee by the time the channel is done, I'll do some kind of live action tokusatsu, like little short. Because I just like to do that stuff. I was originally, like my whole thing was originally filmmaking. I like this old style of YouTube where you can just put up a short and have it like, not a short, but like a short film and have it go places and not care, you know. My favorite little short thing they did was for Shattered Grid. Yeah, and that ruled. And that was directed by Kyle Higgins, who's like the writer of Shattered Grid. Raise money to buy the rights to Ninja Captor. All right, guys. If you all use my Tokollectibles code right now, it doesn't give you 5% off anymore, but it will give us money to buy the rights to Ninja Captor. Would you play Lynx in this hypothetical live action short? No, I would not. I'm too old. I am too not what I picture Lynx to be. I would cast someone who is actually an actor and will do well at the role. I'd be behind the camera. I don't need to be in front of the camera and be like, this is me. I would love to like do something in it, sure. But I don't think I need to be like the main part of it. Kevlock, what's up, dude? When you Google LuPat on TikTok, you get something. Those are two different words. You never got it to me. Oh, I need to get you my head size. You're right. Is it just this is a me and Kevlock conversation. Sorry, guys. Is it just like the straight up biggest part of your head around? Is that all you need? Cast Gotchard. Gotchard's in some heat right now. Your boy Hotaro's in some heat. That and Vertical. Okay, cool. You're like Hugh Jackman. You'll be doing this till you're 90, and they're gonna sit you in this light up chair. Oh, the chair's not lighting up anymore. See, the chair died. Oh no, there it is. They're gonna sit you in this light up chair forever, and prop you up and just hit start stream. And you're just gonna be. Have I seen Bloodline of the Grid? Hell yeah. I think it's dope. DJ Rivers has actually been on stream before with us. He plays TJ's son. I forgot what his name is, but he's done. What is it called? Presented at the Toku Awards one year. And then me and Andros have talked a couple times for him to be on stream. We just never like actually figured it out. So you're just Zordon. I'm just a head. Why is Gotchard under heat? I guess his actor. I don't know all of this. I guess it's so dumb. The BL that he's in now, his co-star assaulted a girl and got convicted and guilty of assaulting a girl, and he's been showing support for that co-star. That's the extent that I have seen of it. When you realize that you can no longer be a ranger, the juice bar is all that's left for you. I'm just Ernie. Best part of Gotchard was the Buffa Kemi plushie. I feel like they could have had something with the Kemis. That's not a good thing. No, yeah. That is why his actor is under fire. That is why he's got some heat right now. All right. What other short films do I know that I can show you guys? Or like just, oh, there's is it Evil Iguana or Bad Iguana? What is Evil Iguana? Oh, it is Evil Iguana Productions. Like this was considered very high budget back in the day for YouTube.
You've changed things. Forever. There's no going back.
Oh my god.
See, to them, you're just a freak. Like me.
Why isn't it blowing up?
I don't think these. What's wrong? What's the problem? Wait, did you put the charges on? That was your job. I have the remote. What? Just because you have the remote makes. Get the. Joker is gonna be pissed. We're dead.
What do we got? Nothing. Got a name, got an alias. Clothing is custom. Nothing in his pockets but knives and lint. And some chewing gum, dental floss, playing cards, pens, pocket calculator, banana. There was a handful of potato chips, a garbage bag. It's like a whole ream of paper.
How many pockets does he have?
It wasn't all in his pockets.
A whole ream of paper. This is like me in high school. I was like, I want to do stuff like this all the time. I want to go out and shoot stuff with my friends all the time. Kevlog with the 39 goats. Low-key funnier than you, Hawks. That's why I just play it. Thank you for the goats. That's why I just play it and sit here and react to it for you guys. That's Old YouTube was better than new YouTube. I know it. Trust me. I get it. All right. Speaking of YouTube, you YouTube have to go away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to end you. But if you want to watch LuPat with us, come over to kick.com/Achilles to watch it in full screen, or you can go over and watch it on our TikTok as well. On TikTok as well. If not, that's okay. I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific time, as always. Adieu.